Talk magazine.
Wars and drugs and poverty.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back. I hope you guys love that. I know you can't wait for the whole thing. That thing was bumping. Oh, man. So we actually have a question for Sean, but we'll go ahead. Oh, there he goes. What's up, Sean? So I actually have a question for you, Sean.
What's up, man?
So as a producer on this, man, how was it? I want you to go the hard times, the easy times. How was it collaborating with AJ on this project, on his EP?
Oh man, so to be honest, I mean, it really there wasn't too many hard times to be honest. I mean, I feel like I love working with people where the process is organic and it flows naturally. You know, it never really felt like work, you know, because when you're actually invested in some records yourself, you know, you want to see them come out good, you know. I could say there's plenty times where, you know, when you're in the studio, whether I'm with AJ or whether I'm with Prime, and maybe we're working with somebody else, and the process isn't as smooth, I guess you could say, and it starts to feel like it's dragging and taking a long time. But so I feel like that's why when you do find artists like AJ, you know, that you can work well with and you enjoy working with, I feel like you got to hold on to that, you know, because that connections like that are so important. But going into the record, I know, like, when it's funny because AJ, I'm going back into the origin of when we first met. You know, AJ had played me this one song that he had did, and he's literally had it for, I think, as long as I've known him, and it's finally gonna come out. It's finally coming out on this EP.
You could drop the name.
Like,
you could drop the name. I know you.
Can I drop it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I should drop it, or do you want to drop it?
It's Mary Jane, guys. It's called.
Ooh.
Drop it. You gotta get the bomb effect.
Exclusive right here. Mary
man.
Jane. Mary
Crazy.
Jane.
Crazy. But yeah, man. So it's really been it's you know, I would say probably no hard times whatsoever working on this record. It's been a lot of fun. You know, I've actually, you know, gotten a lot of great ideas, you know, musically from Wayne over the years that we have worked together. And Wayne's always been there to, you know, lend a helping hand, whether it be on the production end of one of my songs, or whatever it may be with my boy Prime, produces amazing records, you know. So we've always had a great working relationship, and so I was already ready to return the favor with whatever he needed to get done on the records. And he really put together a solid piece of work, you know, with all these songs. So yeah, shout out to the guy AJ, man.
So AJ, jumping off of that, also, I do want to ask, like, so your image that you had for this album, do you believe that you guys, you know, conquered it? Do you see it in full, or do you wish there were some things that were on there that aren't on there, or maybe some stuff that, you know, you could even still to this day right now kind of tweak? Because I know you guys are still working on it and stuff like that. Can you elaborate on anything on like that?
Dang, that's a great question.
That is a good question.
I told you, man.
Yeah, that is
a great question, bro.
That is a good one.
Over here cheesing like, dang, all right. But to be honest with you, to answer your question, no, I feel like I left everything out on the table. And the reason why I left everything out on the table was that I don't ever want this subject matter to ever come up again in my life. Because literally, after I wrote everything, I was good. After I wrote everything, I was completely fine. But to put it on display musically for everybody, it's a completely different animal. And for me, you know, doing this EP, I literally tell a story from beginning to end. You know, so I literally tell a story how I felt from the beginning, almost to, you know, how I feel. Maybe I probably wouldn't say now, but up until I was done writing about the situation. Because here's the thing. again, I'm gonna just go back to the writing process and even the creative process. When you immerse yourself in a situation, you want to write about a situation. Usually, you do that with one song. I did that with 7 songs.
Oof.
Okay, so I literally wanted to capture every feeling that I had over the years, so that people understand. I want to paint this picture so people could feel me and listen when they listen, and literally be like, dang, okay, this is what went down, this is what went down, that's crazy. But you see, there's nothing else to say about the situation no more, because it's so dead and done that, you know, it's nothing else to be said. I left everything out on the floor, as they say, or I left everything out in the booth. That's probably better for that situation. You know, the girl, I consider her my first love. And they always say, "Oh, your first love will break your heart the worst," you know, and that's what they say. And
Amen to that.
I didn't know. Honestly, how could anybody prepare for that? Now, here's the funny thing, and I'm about to really mess with some people's head. Your first love doesn't always need to be the first girlfriend or boyfriend you have. That's not the first love. Yeah. That does not all. Your first love could literally be somebody that you had a connection with that you hadn't had with anybody else before that. So that was her. So for me to get that later on in my years and not at like 15 or 16 years old, that's what made it a little bit more, it made it more tough to deal with. And then, you know, moving to a brand new state and not knowing anybody and not having any type of camaraderie, I stayed to myself. And even during those times of staying to myself, I wrote a lot, but I didn't do anything to get up and get out or do anything like that. And it wasn't until, and I'm gonna shout him out, it wasn't until I met one of the artists I work with, Steven Toledo. He has a group, it's a duo called Seven Oceans, talented guys. But it wasn't until I met him where a lot of that passion for music and that passion for doing more, it actually came back through meeting him. And then I met Sean shortly after that, and it was like, oh my goodness, like I'm meeting guys that have the same mindset that I used to have, you know, when I was younger. So it helped to really it helped me to really get back into a groove. But going back to this album, it really just, I left everything in the booth. I have nothing else to say musically about that situation, about her at all. Because once this is out, once this is, you know, and Sean is funny. Sean is the enforcer over here, because Sean, every time I sang a lyric or spit a lyric, he'd be like, like
that. I could just say, being someone that's actually heard the record, you know, from front to back, after hearing it all, I could definitely say, nothing was. I'll vouch for the fact nothing was left on the table. It's a complete story. I mean, there's nothing much left to say after that.
Nope, not at all.
You know, man, and that's I'm cheesing myself over here because I'm dying to hear the whole thing.
Oh, you know, it's fire, man.
But you know, I just want to say, you know, on a personal level, I met AJ when he moved down here. You know, we worked together. For those of you who've listened to the podcast before, you know, we used to work at the YMCA. That's where we met. Oh, wow. And man, I just got to say, man, you know, the growth from there to now is crazy. You know, and you know, in a lot of ways, AJ helped me grow into the person I am today. You know, I look at him as a mentor, and you know, just to hear this side of him, man. You know, when you look up to someone, you don't realize how much you can relate to them with a lot of the stuff that they go through, because a lot of times you're going through that same thing. And you know, like I said, he's helped me through a lot, man. It's just to see this finally come out to fruition and all this, man. His dreams are essentially, they're coming true before our eyes, man. And that's awesome, man. I just wanted to throw that out there.
That's awesome, man. I think we're all like some YMCA come up stories. I actually worked at the Y myself too.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah. A while back I was actually working there.
Yeah, maybe it's a South Florida thing.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
Because YMCA up north is not all that.
It's just
like,
yeah.
about the Y,
Humble beginnings
not
at the
really.
Y,
Down
right?
yeah. Nobody really talks about that up north. Down here, you hear YMCA everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. That's for sure. So this is going to touch on a little bit on the craziness of 2020. It's a question I kind of just wrote up. With everything going on, a lot of people, it's easy for them to dive in. Your fans in general, with depression and sadness, loneliness, especially with quarantine and everything.
Yeah.
What are some things? Music being a platform too. Like, what are some ways do you want to tell your fans or just people in general, to express, to ask for help, just let things out in certain ways? What are some ways do you believe, even musically, what are some things you believe that they should be doing now instead of just pretty much staying in their dark zone?
Ooh, man, that's the reason why that's such a tough question to answer, because and it's a great question. I think that deserves dialogue, because everybody's approach is going to be different.
Yep.
I believe that there's some people who can't make music, but that could write, or that could paint, or that could could work, that works out, and maybe you make a workout channel. I think anybody that's dealing with any type of depression or anxiety or whatnot, my biggest, from somebody that's gotten over that and gotten over anxiety and whatnot, find your out, man. Constructive out, okay? Not drugs. find an out that's constructive, because truth be told, initially my out was negative, was drinking and and smoking. That was my initial out. I don't think I've ever said that openly before, but that was my out, and that was just toxic for me. That was very toxic. So when I finally just decided, like, oh man, I'm done with it. A lot of things fell into place. And also another out for me, admittedly, was food. I couldn't stop eating. And
I'm gonna throw you some props on that too, my man.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
The work you've been putting in, bro, is out of this world.
It's
bro.
great. It's great to see that. It's great to see, man.
Appreciate it, man. So, but yeah, that was my out too. I found comfort in food, and that's toxic, So, and here I am now, thank God, 88 pounds down, literally, and
amen, brother.
And I feel great. I feel great, and I feel like I have control. So, my biggest suggestion, if you need to talk to somebody too, man, talk to somebody. Don't be too proud to speak to a psychologist or a therapist, or even a psychiatrist if you need some drugs. Don't be afraid to do that. You got to admit that you have an issue before you can solve it. If you never admit that you have an issue, if you don't admit to yourself that you have an issue, you're never going to solve it. And especially in these quarantine days where we're pretty much by ourselves, if you're not living with family, you're pretty much by yourself most of the time. But I would say find your constructive out and seek help to talk to somebody if you need to.
Absolutely. No, I would definitely agree with that 100%. I know we are in like some pretty uncertain times with the whole quarantine and the future of the country, of course. But I feel like it just kind of like what AJ was saying. For myself personally, I've always found music as this endless outlet to whatever I needed to say. I used to be like a shy kid in middle school, going into high school. So I think music is definitely a big part of my kind of becoming myself story. It helped me say things that I wouldn't necessarily know how to say otherwise. And I think it definitely helped with how I feel, my confidence. Because there's nothing like going through maybe like not the most ideal situation, and then just being able to come into the studio and just lay it in the booth, and just write a song about it. There's really nothing like that in my opinion. I've never experienced anything like releasing negativity and putting it into something positive, like making a song, you know. But yeah, I would say to whoever, you know, whatever that you may be going through, whatever that person may be going through, whether it be, you know, personal, family, financially, maybe romantically, you know, your love life isn't what you want it to be. Just to always remember that you have yourself at the end of the day, and you're your most important asset. You know, you're
the best investment is yourself. That's what I have learned.
100%. And just, you know, keep a good group of people around you. You know, I truly believe you are who you hang around. You know.
Amen to that.
Yeah, and just keep good friends around you.
Absolutely.
And that's therapy in itself.
Absolutely.
You know, you can talk to your boys, talk to your friends. You know.
Yep. And kind of just to piggyback, there's one more thing I wanted to say about this. Whatever you do, don't let the situation consume you.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because for me, that's what I let happen when I first moved down here. That situation that I talk about on this EP, I let it consume me. I always had, and because I was to myself, I didn't have any friends down here when I first moved down here. I had friends abroad, you know, I'm from New Jersey, so I have friends in New Jersey. My other best friend is in Minnesota, but they weren't around, you know, because I'm in a completely different state. So that situation, I let it consume me. And when you let a situation consume you, essentially it's what you think about. It takes up the majority of your thought for the day. And a situation should never be like that, ever. That's self-sabotaging, to be honest with you.
Yep.
So that's just one more thing I had to add in. Do not let it consume you, because you'll feel it when it has consumed you. You'll feel it, because you'll realize you think about it when you wake up, you think about it when you go to sleep, you think about it when you're in the shower, or, you know, you'll see a commercial that reminds you of something or someone or a situation, and then it gets you into your feelings. So it's honestly get to that point.
It's honestly like, you know, how I like to use iteration a lot. It's honestly like quicksand, man. Once you go down that rabbit hole, it's hard to get out. It just keeps on bringing you down and in.
Yeah, it keeps bringing you down and in, and the thing is that when you go down too far, right, in quicksand, then it's over.
Yep.
You know, you literally could get out of quicksand and just think, you could get out of quicksand by somebody reaching out to pull you out. So sometimes you don't always have to do it alone.
Yeah.
You know, like, just talk to somebody and just don't let it consume you.
For sure.
Now with that, let's go back to the almost. Are we getting any music videos? You know, anything like what's up?
You know, it's
That's
so funny.
Good question. Yeah.
It's a great question. We flirted with it so much because we didn't, as Sean said, we didn't think the song would turn. I heard how the song was going to turn out. I knew it, because when I heard it and I heard Sean's voice on it, I immediately thought that rapper singer combination. And initially, I don't know if Sean said this earlier, but initially he was thinking that I was just going to do the singing part and I was going to rap. And I'm like, whoa. I said, I need the contrast right here. And I'm like, I need your voice, man. I just need you to sing the hook and sing your verse, and then I'll take care of I'll spit the rest of it. So that was, so that's that. But when it came out the way it did, we literally, because Sean he was like, man, I wasn't expecting the second verse. I remember that's what he said. And I'm like, yeah. And then we just started. Usually with Sean and I are so ambitious that we'll start talking about things, and next thing you know, we'll probably, build the Tower of Babel after we get done with the conversation, because we're so inspired to do something. And we really wanted to do a video, but unfortunately, there's time constraints. There's even we don't have a lot of confidence in some of our professional relationships right now with that side of the business. So we're looking just to make new relationships, which is great. We've already started. So just between those two things, we can't get the music video going for that song, but I think it made a really dope music video. It definitely would have.
100%. Like I said, never say never,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But
there you go. Never say never.
But I will say, definitely going off of what AJ was saying is we would when we first made it, like I don't think we realized it was gonna be as good as it was. To release something as a single, that tells you everything about how we feel about the song, leading up to an entire EP release. But we definitely talked about the idea. And the thing is with videos that I would say maybe just that generally speaking people might not realize is it does take a lot of time and scheduling to make these kind of things happen. Obviously AJ's in the process of we have several other projects coming up, so it's not always as easy as kind of just sitting down and doing a video. Obviously, booking different people, getting crews out, that kind of thing, film crews, I should say, having models, arrangements, all that stuff. It really it gets the task list gets pretty long, but I will drop this little announcement. Me and Wayne are featured in a video together. It's for a different song. It's actually going to be one of my records coming out, and Wayne is definitely in I don't even think AJ's seen this yet, but he is definitely in the cut in this video.
Okay.
And it's dope, man. So I can't wait for that video to come out. That's actually going to be happening very soon. Well,
we gonna be getting another one-on-one interview, because I definitely want to go deep in that, man.
For sure, man.
Oh yeah, and the story behind that song is.
Oh man. Okay. No spoilers, please.
Hey, that was just a little drop, little.
Okay. I appreciate that.
It may not be our video, but me and AJ are definitely in a video together.
Hey, that's where it starts, right?
Yeah, man.
So I guess what we could kind of like end this off at, I want to know for both of you guys can both answer this. I want to know, Me Versus Me comes out. I know Sean, you got your own thing coming. What's next?
Yep.
What's next for both of y'all? What's the overall? Where we moving to? What's going on?
Well, for me, this EP, and after this EP, I'm thinking about, it's a couple of things. I'm going to get to the point. Usually it's funny with artists. Sometimes they'll put out a piece of work, a body of work, and then they're ready to put another body of work out. I don't think I'm there.
Okay.
Right there. But where I am at is doing what I've been doing for the longest down here, and that's beefing up a lot of these artists' songs, either lyrically or musically. So the next move for me is literally just being on a lot of things. Well, after Me Versus Me, it's going to be Sean's EP for sure.
Yeah.
That's, we're working on that. Hard Body, I'm featured on there. One of my favorite songs on there, Flaunt.
Oof.
And but another thing is I've been working with artists up north. I've been writing for a couple that sings gospel.
Oh wow!
And it's funny because gospel is literally my roots, where I started musically, and the both of them had expressed, even though they know I don't write gospel, they're just like, you're a good writer. Like, we heard some of your songs. What do they call ballads? Heard some of the ballads that I've recorded, and that's what they really wanted to work. So I actually wrote them a song. I'm co-writing another song with them, and so it's gonna be beautiful to be able to work with other people from other states, because the styles are different. And my goal is literally to just be as diverse in my musical approach as possible, even to the point where I can see myself. I started a publishing company called Legacy Elite, and
straight legends.
About publishing. I want to educate the artist on what publishing means and what publishing companies do, and I want to be that guy. So for up and coming artists, without the filth of the business, without the filthy side, because it's essentially artist to artist. Still have to be a businessman, but at the end of the day, I want to educate the artist. So after me versus me, it's just me. Me for me.
Hey, write that down. That sounds like a trademark.
There you go. That's I was gonna say. That's
me
next
for
one.
me. That's the comeback
me
album.
For me. All right. Hey, all right. I'm writing it down.
Dope, man. And I guess it's my turn. So yeah, I would definitely say, after AJ's record, definitely looking forward to that. I know what's next for me is I do have a music video in the works, which is definitely going to cater in this upcoming EP that I've been working on. And I've definitely been working on this for a while. It's been I think one of the hardest parts about releasing a project like this is kind of catching your own momentum, realizing that there are quite a few people watching, and just making just that pressure to want to make it the best it can be. I really want to showcase everything I could do on this project I've been working on. And once this comes out, we have had talks with a couple labels in the past. I've always gone to AJ for advice in that regard, because it is a tricky industry.
Sure.
The music industry is it can be a dark place if you don't know how to navigate it. So going back to having a good group of people around you, but I could say for myself, just what I see in the future after this video and EP is just I know I definitely have some more music videos in the works that are just gonna be dropping towards the end of the year, leading up to 2021, and I'm definitely gonna be more than likely. We've already had conversations about this. Me and AJ and another friend of ours. We're definitely gonna be having our starting our own production company. Doing as many things independently as possible. I feel like in the modern day, as a modern day artist, I feel like you can never go wrong.
For sure.
The more you can do for yourself, I feel the better. And I feel like that's something that I've always unconsciously kind of lived by. I love being able to wake up and just make a song if I want to make a song. And not have to really wait on anybody. And so that's just really where I'm at. I'm ready. I'm excited for more music. Me and AJ talk about it all the time. We just have so much music in the stash. It's ridiculous. Probably enough for like 3 EPs, to be honest.
Yeah. Got a lot of music, man.
Yeah. So it's just the challenging part is always figuring out how to give it to the people. Because I know there are a lot of people that I'm extremely thankful for that have a lot of loyalty towards everything I release. They're always checking for it, always, bumping it in their cars, which is what I love. I love to hear stuff like that, and I definitely want to, show them that I appreciate it. And I definitely don't want to let anybody down with the EP. And it's definitely going to be coming soon.
That's awesome, man. I can't wait. But
absolutely,
guys, man, I just got to say, man, I really appreciate both of y'all coming on here, man. I love this. This was great, man. We definitely got to do it again.
For sure.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you for having us, bro. Like, seriously,
likewise, man. For real.
Really a great platform. I'm a fan of this podcast. I listen to the podcast. I love it. And and just having us on to just get in contact with another audience is just great in itself. So we really appreciate it, man.
For sure, man. It's just another thing to add to the list that great things that AJ's put me onto,
Appreciate that, man. I appreciate all of it.
Yeah, man. For sure, man. Likewise, bro.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the floor to plug in anything you got going on, that you want everybody else to know. Go ahead, this is your time. Go ahead, explore, let it fly.
No problem, man. I'll start off, man. Again, appreciate the platform, guys. Just follow me on Instagram, AJ_SMG_ on Instagram, guys. Almost record is gonna be dropping real soon. We're just putting the final touches on it. Me versus Me EP should be out before the end of the month. That's gonna be another fun one for you guys to hear. And of course, just be on the lookout for that release as well. Again, appreciate the space, CeeLo.
Anytime.
For sure, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to you, man, for real. I love seeing, people do their thing, do what they're passionate about, and I can tell that you enjoy this for real.
I appreciate that, man.
And yeah, shout out to you, your audience, of course. And for myself, I definitely looking forward to what we do in the future.
For sure.
My IG would be my name, Sean Patrick, but we do a little slang abbreviation of it, which is SPZ.
SPZ, okay.
SPZ. And I'm definitely gonna add you on there. That way we can link and figure out what we're gonna do next.
For sure.
And yeah, man, shout out to y'all for real.
Hey, man, and before I do my little plug, I just gotta say to both of y'all, if you got a guy, walking with a little cart in the background of some music video, you can always hit me up. I'm free whenever. I'll drive down. I don't care.
Well, what's funny? What's funny about that? We really do want to do something in Orlando. We actually have an artist up there, Thane, who's
shout out to Thane. Yeah,
shout out to Thane and Dear Tatiana. That's the name of the group, man. They are really talented out there. Sure. So we want to go ahead and start doing some stuff out there in Orlando as well. So,
for sure.
So definitely, you'll be a part.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. Just let me know.
Definitely. Yeah, let you next time we're in the city. We'll definitely let you know.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, you already know. You can go follow me on the Real Talk with CeeLos on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. Man, like I said, I love this. We're actually gonna roll out with that little snippet we had in the middle of the session here, just to leave it on good. And yeah, guys, hey, like I said again, I appreciated the dynamic duels right here, man. You guys, man, I can't wait to see what else you guys got in store for us, man. I'm so excited. And
for sure.
Yeah, man, that's it, man. That's all we got for today. We'll catch you on the next one. I know, Sean, me and you are gonna be talking about possibly next week, for a one-on-one. But yeah, guys, we'll catch you on the next one, man. Be easy.
Sounds good.
You got something I can't find nowhere else but my past. Baby, we almost got it right. I know it's been some time, but can't get you on my mind. Baby, we almost got it right.
Baby, remembering the time when we first met, the love in your eyes and full of faith. No doubt in my mind, my heart was set. The love made other plans. 09 was the first time.